Hello everybody, my name is Cassie Campbell-Pascal and happy Monday. What an exciting day we have for you as we launch the Calgary Police Youth Foundation Canine calendar that supports the Youth Foundation, of course, but this is just a remarkable initiative, and we're going to get into more information on what exactly this is about. And I've got some special socks on, which I wish I was flexible enough to get my leg up there so you could see, but so many fun things that are going to support the Calgary Police Youth Foundation. So it's exciting launching the annual Canine calendar. The Calgary Police Youth Foundation is a charity that was formed in 2011 and has a purpose to educate youth about good citizenship, safe communities, policing, and avoiding victimization and criminality. And I've been fortunate to be a former board member of the Calgary Police Youth Foundation, and so many wonderful programs that they have to support our youth here in Calgary. 6 programs in total. We'll hear more about one of them in particular, the Power Play program, coming up. For those of you that don't know, I'm a 3-time Olympian. I'm also a Hockey Night in Canada broadcaster. But I love my city of Calgary. This is where I live, and I love supporting the Calgary Police Youth Foundation. The Calgary Police Service, with funding support from the Calgary Police Youth Foundation, is able to deliver youth programs in Calgary aimed at keeping children and youth safe from crime and victimization. Many of the programs, and I mentioned to you that there's 6 of them, are delivered in partnership with the City of Calgary, Calgary Neighbourhoods, and Alberta Health Services. So a huge team to provide great things for our youth in this wonderful city. We'll hear more about these programs shortly. And I've been excited to partake in the Power Play program, which one of our guests is going to talk more about. And basically, we have so many kids who are going to try hockey for the very first time, and we get to go out on the ice and skate around, and it just gives them a sense of hope. Maybe one day they're going to play hockey, but it gives them an opportunity to interact with other kids in the community and some local celebrities and police officers who come out and skate around. We will be talking to a goaltender in the upcoming program, so stay tuned for that. I know Kelly Rudy would love that. The organization raises its own revenue through fundraising, and as you can imagine, in the times that we're in, how tough it is for so many charities to raise funds, and it's no different for the Calgary Police Youth Foundation. But since 2011, this organization has raised over $16 million. So listen, it's enough for me. Let's hear from the people that really matter with the launch of this Canine calendar today, the 60th year. And I'd like to introduce Deputy Chief Tofik from the Calgary Police Service to come up and say a few words.
Thanks very much, Cassie, and we really appreciate you being here to support this initiative. I'm really happy to be here on behalf of Chief Neufeld and the rest of the executive leadership team to kick off the 2021 Canine Unit calendar. As you know, this is the 60th anniversary this year of the Canine Unit, and this initiative has been a long-standing one that we've been very proud of to support community resiliency. They've participated annually, our entire Canine Unit, in putting together this calendar as a fundraiser to support the programs that the Calgary Police Youth Foundation have provided and continue to work through. These programs are so critical to youth resiliency in Calgary. I'm just really happy to be a part of it. From education, prevention, and intervention, these are all things that help kids stay on track and really support our community in Calgary. Some of them, just to name a couple of them, because I know we'll talk about Power Play in a little bit, and I was really happy to be a part of that last winter. I got to go out on the ice and skate with some of the kids and get to know them. And the bonds that you can build between police and youth is really beneficial to us helping our community grow. We have other programs, including the multi-agency school support team, our Youth at Risk development program, our integrated school support system, of course, Power Play, the Calgary Police Cadet Corps, and of course, Youth Link, which is really world-renowned and very unique to our community. I can say from my experience in law enforcement, we are so fortunate to have these programs to support our community and its growth. This calendar, which I know is a hot gift item coming up to the holiday season. I know my family members always look forward to seeing them. Just amazing work, and our canine handlers, they work hard every day to keep Calgary safe. So do the dogs. They're just a fan favorite, and very rightfully so. The effort they put into keeping our community safe and the dedication is second to none. So I just wanted to acknowledge all our members of Canine, of course our dogs that work hard and diligently every day to support Calgarians and keeping their communities safe. So by all means, this is one of the nicest ones I've seen, and I'm looking forward to getting a few myself. So I'm looking forward to hearing more from the Canine unit. You'll see a bit more from them today, but thanks very much for kicking this off.
Well, thank you very much, Deputy Chief Tawfik, for coming up here and saying a few words on behalf of the Calgary Police Service. Next, we will have the manager of the Power Play program, which we've mentioned to you already, and I don't know why it's been mentioned so much. Must be some sort of bias I have towards the sport of hockey. But the manager of the program, Jillian Bowerman.
Thank you, Cassie, and thank you, Deputy Chief Tawfik. He did come out to skate last year with the Power Play program, and I'm pretty sure he told me he was a die-hard Calgary Flames fan, so we've got that going for us too. I have had the privilege of overseeing the Power Play program for the last year and a bit, and it is just one of the 6 programs that the Calgary Police Youth Foundation funds. As has been mentioned, and it's a fantastic program that gives kids from really diverse backgrounds the opportunity to come out and learn how to skate with police officers. So it's quite unique in that regard, and we get officers out in full uniform, and it's really exciting for the kids. Many of our participants are English language learners, and so it's a really novel experience for them. And it's also fantastic because it's a great community building event. We get a lot of parents that come out and engage with our police officers in a really fun and fantastic way. So I'm not going to speak too much about it. We have a little fellow who's won our Police Chief Youth Gala Award. He's our recipient, our youngest recipient. He's 7 years old, and his name is Vesco. And he has been a consistent, very enthusiastic and wonderful participant of the program for the last year. He will be participating again this year, so we're really excited about that. And he answered some questions and did a little video this morning that I believe you're going to watch now. So enjoy.
Can you tell us what you like about Power Play?
I like that they make sure it's safe, and they're all nice. Everybody's kind.
Awesome.
And I like skating with the officers.
That's awesome. Now, can you tell us maybe a few things you've learned while you were at Power Play?
I learned how to skate better, and how to stick handle better, and to steal pucks.
Good. And have you made a lot of friends there?
Yeah, I made lots of friends.
Awesome. And can you tell us a little bit about skating with the officers? They're your friends now?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Good. And what else do you like about Power Play?
I like what games they like to play,
Awesome.
and that they play what you want to play.
Good.
That's what I like also.
And can you tell us what you like about hockey?
It's fun when you get good at it, and plus it's nice and smooth. You don't fall much when you're good.
Good. Do you think you could give us a big Power Play rocks?
Power Play rocks!
Perfect. Good job.
Young man in Vesco, I got a chance to meet him earlier this morning before we started this, and that kid is going places. And I know we probably shouldn't talk about stealing when we're dealing with the Calgary Police Service, but when you're stealing pucks on the ice, I think that's okay. That's probably a good thing. Also, a recipient of the Chief's Youth Courage Award. And I have to tell you, I've been to that gala. It is one of the most inspirational things I have ever been to. And I was just there in the crowd, sitting at a table as a guest. And if you get an opportunity to support that event, I highly recommend that you do. And another thing about Vesco, before I introduce my next guest here, is he had a bottle drive. So this is a young man, a young citizen in our city of Calgary. He had a bottle drive. He raised $1,200 on his own for the Power Play program. So those are some of the things that these programs are teaching our young kids across the city. So it is my pleasure now to introduce Constable Mike Chuca.
Thanks for having me.
And you are part of the Canine unit, of course, and you have two dogs, I think, Saber and Cola.
That's correct.
And just, I guess, give us a sense of how important this canine calendar is for your program.
For the program itself, it's a good opportunity for us to display these dogs that are really unsung heroes. People don't really know how the dogs impact the community, as well as our police service. And this is a way that we can, I guess, display them on a public forum.
So my understanding, Mike, is you're a goalie.
Yes.
Why did you choose that position, and did you start playing when you were little? Or?
I did. Unfortunately, I kind of drew the short straw and had to put on the pads for the older kids in the community, and just got pucks rifled at my head.
Yeah. What does it mean for you to see a young kid like Vesco, who's been a participant in one of the programs, and see him and how excited he is? And you've had the opportunity to interact with the youth and be part of some of those programs. What does it mean to you to see that young man? And we all can see he's going to be a leader. Yeah,
I think as soon as you see his energy, I think he's super pumped to just get out there on the ice. And sports, like anything else, teach our youth and teach people certain attributes that maybe they don't quite pick up at home or in school. And seeing his energy level, I think, is pretty incredible.
Why do you think it's important for the police to have that interaction with the youth? What do you think is key? What have you seen, maybe a positive impact?
I think at any time, I'm a father myself, and we always try to teach kids right and wrong. And when you relate it to police and policing in general, and just being a good person, I think that just the values based around that is something that transcends, whether it's policing or just being a good person. So.
Inside the calendar, and I don't want to give too much of it away because we want people to buy it, obviously, but there's some incredible pictures, and incredible pictures of the dogs and the handlers. And inside is also a poster, and in the middle of the poster, it's the first ever canine unit in Calgary 60 years ago.
That's
so
correct.
As a member of the canine unit in Calgary, when you see that picture, what does that mean to you?
All the effort and work it took for Constable Fred Moore in 1959 just to bring the idea and the concept to the Police Commission and I guess then the Calgary Police Force, just with that basic idea of bringing something new to the city that wasn't there previous.
Can you tell us any little tidbits about Saber and Cola, from training them to what they do now and the unsung heroes that they are? Any fun things?
I could, but they're probably not the greatest for camera. They all have their quirks. All the dogs have their quirks.
What kind of dogs are they, first off?
Both are Belgian Malinois, both roughly 7 years old. Saber is a patrol service dog, so tracks and does criminal apprehension, as well. Cola does explosive detection work. So lots of successes without these dogs, whether it's patrol work or cadaver searches or explosives or drugs. Without the use of the dog, it'd make our jobs as people a lot more difficult, for sure.
One of the unique things about the calendars this year is, depending on which month the dogs' birthdays are, you'll see a picture of one of the canine unit dogs on their specific birthday, and how that's kind of a fun thing this year.
Yeah, it's one of our new things, as well as the 60-year anniversary poster. Just something that we can give back to the calendar program, where there's just more pictures for people to enjoy, because at the end of the day, that's why they buy the calendar. They want to support a good program, but also want to see lots of dog pictures.
So last question, and I think we're going to bring some other officers up with their dogs, right? And maybe talk about some other things. Like, I don't know if anyone's noticed, but I am wearing yellow socks.
Yeah,
This doesn't happen on a regular basis. You got your yellow socks on too? So there is not only the Canine calendar, which is being launched here today, which is going to be at any Safeway and Sobeys store, but you can also buy, there's like little stuffies. There are these wonderful socks that obviously stand out, and they have dogs on them, the canine unit dogs on them. You can go to cpyfstore.ca, cpyfstore.ca to get all kinds of things. There's toques, the poster, well, you mentioned, is inside the calendar. You can, for those of you going grocery shopping, you'll see them there. Look at that. See how we've done this? I say something and then they put something on video. We do have a video to show as well. Do you know what's on this video?
I don't, and this will be the
No, you
first time
don't.
I've seen it, so.
I will tell you that this video is going to be fantastic for sure, and it's probably going to tell us a little bit about the programs, right? There we go. Enjoy.
But this is a Calgary Police Canine unit.
Yeah, we're really excited to celebrate our 60th anniversary this year. And part of that celebration was we wanted to incorporate some amazing photos of our dogs with our 2021 Canine calendar.
We really do take pride in our training, so we take an individual approach at that. All the dogs have to meet a very specific high standard, but how they get there is sometimes a little bit different in between each dog and between each handler. So that training runs from 16 to 18 weeks. The guys do it generally on the average of half an hour to an hour of training every day that they work. And of course that adds up at the end of the month to almost a full day's training. We certainly endeavored to get almost every dog in the calendar. As you say, dogs are retiring and new dogs are coming and going, so not every dog makes every photo shoot, but we do our best to make every sure. And obviously with almost twice as many dogs as months in the calendar, sometimes not everybody gets a profile picture, but at least try to get at least a thumbnail picture in there, and try to put as many of the dogs' birthdays in we can. This is going to be new for this year, and actually having the dogs' birthdays highlighted on there with a little picture of each dog and their corresponding date. So I think that should be exciting for a lot of folks, and just a little more insight into our world and how we take care of our partners. A question we commonly have is where the dogs live and how they're housed, and all the dogs live with their individual handlers at home the vast majority of the time. When they first come to Calgary, when they're first starting their training, they do stay at our kennels for a little quarantine period and some getting to know time between their handlers and the new dogs. Facility is state-of-the-art and was built in 2010. The actual kennels themselves are independently heated and air conditioned. And we have wash facilities for proper grooming and give the dogs a bath. And then a food prep room where we can give all the dogs their individual diets. We have several different varieties of food. It just depends on what suits each individual dog the best on what they get fed.
Once again, our amazing partners at Sobeys Safeway will be selling these amazing calendars. They're ready today to be picked up. They're also available online at yycyouthfoundation.ca. We hope everyone enjoys them.
Axel is the star of the show. He was the star of the video. Hi, Axel. And he's the star. He's at the center here. And these dogs were so excited to come up here. I'm sure you could probably hear them in the background. Mike, do you want to do a little introduction of the dogs and maybe some of your friends that we have here?
So front and center, depending on who you talk to, especially my boss, Sergeant Corley. This is Police Service dog Axel. He could be the best looking dog in the unit. I think he's 6 years old currently, correct?
Both, yes.
Yeah. This is the second best dog in the unit. If you ask my other supervisor, Sergeant Ian Vernon, this is Police Service dog Luna, and Luna is 2.5. And on the end with Constable John Oliver is drug detection dog Piper. And Piper, I believe, is also 6 years old currently.
That's amazing. How long does it take to train a dog?
It depends on the dog. Like any person, it could, on average, it's about 5 months.
Yeah. I love seeing my fellow female up here too, running the show up here. This has been amazing. This whole time I've got a chance to meet the dogs and the officers prior to this starting, and they're wonderful. They are wonderful. You'd think they're just like a pet at home, but of course they have much bigger jobs in our community than just a pet at home. But they're wonderful dogs and wonderful handlers that are surrounding them. So thank you very much for everything you guys do for our community. Again, today we just launched the Canine calendar, and all proceeds are going to the Calgary Police Youth Foundation, who has raised over $16 million since 2011. You can go to Safeway or Sobeys to get those calendars. Great Christmas gifts if there's birthdays coming up, October, November, December. They're great birthday gifts as well. But more importantly, they support a wonderful program in the Calgary Youth Police Foundation, Calgary Police Youth Foundation. So thank you very much for everyone for joining us. Also, if you want to get some socks, I think you guys all have socks on. You better have your socks on. You can go to the cpyfstore.ca. There you can see it. There's stuffies, the calendars. There's a wonderful poster inside the calendar. There's toques, so many great things. But today it's about our Canine calendar, and we've launched it officially here in Calgary. So please support just a terrific cause that does so many great things for our community. Thank you very much to everybody.
Thank you.